Suicide is a difficult and emotive topic. Most of us will know at least one person who has committed suicide. Imagine a full house at the MCG. That's around 100,000 people. Statistics show that in their lifetime, 6,000 of those people will have thoughts of suicide. 1,200 will carry out non-fatal suicide acts. And 12 people will be recorded as committing suicide. At least 4% of the population will harm themselves in their lifetime. While suicide callers are rare on the care line, it's important to know what to do if it happens when you are on the phone. To deal with a suicide call, we'll teach you what your role in the situation is, how to do a risk assessment, what to do during the call, what obligations we have, and what to do after the call. Firstly, if there is any sign that a client is suicidal, our legal requirement is to give the Salvation Army Careline number or crisis line. These lines are staffed by qualified counsellors trained to deal with these situations. Remember, your role is not that of a counsellor, and you don't have to solve your caller's problems over the phone. It's your role to connect them with God, the one person who can solve all their problems. There are some warning signs of suicidal behaviour that you can read about later in this module. So, once you have given them the appropriate numbers and the client still wants to talk to you, what do? Firstly, forget about the length of the call. Listen to them. Be sympathetic and show genuine care. Pray with them. You may feel to share scriptures of hope with them, such as Jeremiah 31 or Psalm 139. If they are hurting themselves, encourage them to call an ambulance. After the call, pray for them.
I wanted to share this testimony by means of encouraging you. I remember having a Careline call, which was quite a tough one. The gentleman I was talking to already knew the means of how he was going to commit suicide. It was a really, really difficult call, and there was lots of stops and starts in it. And after quite a long period of time, I pretty much had run out of answers. And I know when you run out of answers, that's when God can give you some brilliant answers. So what I actually did was, I did a little bit of God spacing with him. And during that time of actually just focusing on the Lord, he actually ended up experiencing Jesus' love for himself. He actually experienced Jesus giving him a hug. And from that point in time, his suicidal thoughts disappeared because he was actually really impacted by God's love for him. Not through my intelligence, not through any wisdom of myself, but just literally through a demonstration of God's love for him.
If you had a suicidal client, please discuss the call with your team mentor or contact the Careline manager. Dealing with such a call can be traumatic for you as well, so it's important to take the appropriate steps to work through it. Ultimately, we are calling out to the one person that can help a caller in such a situation, and that is God through his Son, the Lord Jesus Christ.